if you belong to any kind of 12-step program, which is, it's steps to live by, which, by the way, people should honor that and look into it, because in the future, people will be living by it.
You have a bunch of coins.
I got a bunch. I got sober in '88, and I fell off the wagon. I put 14 years together, and now I got 8 years again, and I got some beautiful brothers in AA, and this has given me my life.
Not anymore. I got 3 daughters. I'm eating cream puffs now.
So, you started out smoking pot.
Well, I started drinking first. Remember, this was way back in the day when they rolled little tiny ones. And then the Beatles had to come out with that album. And
That album?
And I didn't know anything about, no one said smoke this and listen to the music. I just did, and apparently musicians smoke pot for many years. That's what they did.
Are you suggesting that the reason you started doing a lot of drugs was because of Sgt. Pepper's?
Oh, no. No, I wasn't at all. I had the music in my mind. When I heard music on weed, I just went, oh my God. The Angels came out. It was just different. It was different.
So what?
No, it wasn't because of that, but I'll tell you what. Sgt. Pepper's sure sounds a lot better when you smoke a joint and listen to it.
We have coke, we have weed, we have all that you need. Do the backstage boogie with the toxic twins of Al Smith. Come on, get OD'd with us.
I could ask you what drugs you've taken. Is it a better question to ask what drugs you haven't?
The last time I went out, it was because of a drug I hadn't taken. And that was a touchy-feely drug called, someone help me? Ecstasy. And it wasn't big. We had Quaaludes, which was cool, but I never had that drug where people said, oh man, that's what that drug was. And I thought, well, that's one I haven't done. That was the end of that.
Why?
Well, because I wound up going into rehab again. I had to check in. I went off the deep end.
Yeah.
And that leads to another. If you're like me, I have an addictive personality, so I found certain drugs that I loved, and I didn't stop to the point of hurting my children, hurting my family, hurting my life, hurting my band. There was a point where I didn't have a band, and I didn't care. I was buying drugs on Alphabet City, down in New York on 1st and 2nd Street. That's when it's a problem and a danger.
You did cocaine with John Belushi.
Mm-hmm.
Speculation that drugs caused the death of comedian John Belushi was confirmed late yesterday in a Los Angeles County coroner's report that listed an overdose of cocaine and heroin as the official cause of Belushi's death.
Did it ever shake you where you would say to yourself, God, that could have easily have been me?
No, it didn't.
Why?
Because when you're using, you don't care, and you're stuck in it.
And it never scared you enough when he died to say, geez.
No, and I used to shoot cocaine. I went down the worst path. I went down the rabbit hole. I went chasing Alice. We would do 2 or 3 shows, day off, 2 shows, day off, 3 shows, day off. We do that for a year and a half, and when you got cocaine to sniff and booze and all that, it's like, it makes it real easy. I want to say that, I've often thought, honestly, if I hadn't made it in Aerosmith, and I didn't have all the money, and I didn't have all the fame, would I have done all that? Or would I not felt my grandma's handprint in the back of my neck? What's wrong with you? You know better than that. Would I have gone that far if I wasn't in a band? I don't know the answer to that.
What do you think?
I don't think I don't know.
Did drugs affect your mind long term?
I'm sure it has.
Did it affect it today?
I'm sure it has.
How do you think it has?
Well, you know what? I probably could tell you that I've forgotten more than most people could ever learn in 3 lifetimes. I could say that. I also have days where I'm astounded at my memory and days when I don't. I come and go.
And LSD alone?
No.
Well, it could.
LSD has got a bad rap. Well, if you can't handle yourself and you take LSD, then you have a bad trip. I'm like, you have any idea what it's like having an orgasm on LSD?
I don't.
And so when I tell you this, I don't need drugs, well, you know what? It enhances it. Does salt make meat taste better? Yes or no?
Yes.
So, Sometimes when you experience life a certain way, can a drug, can a girl, can a situation enhance it? Hell yeah.
Do you miss drugs?
Huh?
Do you miss drugs?
Sometimes, you know, after a show I hurt and I wish I could take something to take the pain away.
I'm not talking about medicinally. I'm talking about pleasure, which you just talked about.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Do I miss going on a weekend? And yeah, I do.
You guys have played, I think, 12,000 concerts, maybe more. But at a point, you sing the same songs over and over and over again. Does it get old?
Hence, drugs.
I never thought of that.
You get it now.
There are multiples on the table. One is cash, 3 are FHA, one is VA. So what can you do?
She's saying